Happy Set is the name of the band we're going to be checking out today. They just came up in my algorithm recommendations, and I thought, you know what? I like that. It's one of the things I like about YouTube. if you check out enough upcoming Japanese bands, it just starts feeding you new ones. Now, one of the interesting things about this name, Happy Set, and I have to explain this before we get into it, you might be thinking, oh, it just sounds like a happy name. So, if you've ever been to anywhere to get a meal, maybe a fast food place or somewhere in Japan, you'll often be asked whether you want a set. So let's say you go into a burger place, like let's say Moss Burger, and you choose, oh, I want the double cheeseburger. They'll say, do you want the burger or do you want a set? It's basically set is the same as the word that we would use for meal in most Western countries. I'm assuming that's the same for most English-speaking countries. So you can see where I'm going with this. This band's actually called Happy Meal. Does it come with a toy? I don't know. I just want good music, and I'm kind of intrigued. I love the setup. I love this first frame. I love that it came up in my recommendations, and YouTube's got a good idea of what I like. So let's see. But I just thought I had to frame that before we get into it. As always, excited to see new bands. Let's get the sound set up. The sound is ready to go. This song is called Ketsuihyomei. I actually don't know what that means. I'm not familiar with half those kanji. So let's listen to it, find out, and go from there. Anyway, there we go. Oh, it's supposed to be like that. Nice. Interesting intro. Oh. Nice, okay. It's that good straight rock and roll sound. Lovely voice. Nice little double snare. Yeah, and double toms too. It's got a beautiful chilled out summery feel to it, hasn't it? Turn it up. Oh, I like that layered vocal there. This has that kind of like this charming, nostalgic rock and roll feel to it. But I'm loving it. It's still got like some fresh energy to it. It's wistful but bouncy. Oh, I'm really liking that chorus melody. This is going to get stuck in my head, isn't it? I'm loving how this pace, this whole feel. Oh wow, I can't believe it's over. Do you know, I've said this before, one of the quotes I remember that I think is so true is that you want to know when a single is a really good single. It's when it gets to the end and you get to the end of the song and you think, First thing I want to do is go back and start that from the beginning again. Press play from the start again. That was really cool. Now, one of the reasons why I like my songs nice and concise and to sort of do what they need to do and end in a timely fashion. But I tell you what, one of the reasons why I was surprised this song was coming to an end is just because it was flowing so well. So, I mean, including the intro, the whole song probably comes to about 3 minutes total. But it just flows so nice and naturally throughout. And, you know, it's I was actually about to say before I realized it was about to end that the interesting thing is that the song maintains this kind of pace. You know, it keeps on just sort of rolling along and rocking and rolling along. And it feels like it's just kind of like it's got relentless and yet joyful sort of pace. It's kind of like constantly going, but not in kind of like a heavy, overpowering way. Just kind of, it feels like it's got energy to go forever. And this is something which is, well, it just kind of, it is what rock and roll should be, you know? And a lot of things were allowing it to sort of continue like that in that just kind of like refreshing way that you could just listen to it for hours. One of them was, as I say, that kind of sound that wasn't overpowering. It had like energy, but it wasn't, you know, it wasn't sort of like overly distorted guitars and too much twiddling. It just kind of like had a nice sort of good chugging feel to it. Then you had the vocals, which were beautiful. The chorus melody was really good. As I said, at first when I heard it, I was like, this is just a nice melody. But when we got around to that next chorus, I was thinking to myself, this is going to get stuck in my head. You know, it's one of those good choruses. It's not just like repeating one little line to try and drill an earworm into your brain, but instead it's a nice big melodic chorus that once you hear it a couple of times over, it's just a fulfilling melody that you just want to sing along to and you want to sing out loud. This is really good melody music. Again, what rock and roll should be. And, you know, I was just sort of taken in by this. I think the singer's got a beautiful voice. The bass work in this was fairly nice and simple, but it had some nice little touches in there. It wasn't too complacent. A little bit of delicate touches made the bass work nice. Same thing with the drums, the rhythm section. Very rock and roll again, you know, not overly complicated, but just the nice touches in the right places. I did like how the drummer occasionally had the little double snares, but then had those moments in the verses where it was like two toms, doom doom. You went for a quick double tom tap. I like that, you know, sort of doing that little rhythmic add-on as that little mini fill. There's something quite light in some places and quite loud and pronounced in other places. The whole thing. Charming, straightforward rock and roll, but with a real sense of a little bit more pep. You know, again, one of the other phrases I keep on coming back to is the worst thing you can hear in any music is a feeling of complacency, a feeling that, you know, they just kind of like, oh, well, we got a melody, we got a chord pattern, it'll be good. Just everyone just play, blah, 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 there we go. You want to hear those little details, the little flourishes that kind of demonstrate that each musician in the band has really thought about what's my part in this? What am I doing here? You know, the drummer, like I say, those little moments show that she's thinking about her rhythm and trying to make it interesting. The melody itself is beautifully written. The bass, as I said, it's got those nice little touches where it's not just stuck permanently to the root note. And the lead guitarist, you know, was adding some really nice little counter melodies, you know, nice little solo in there. There was a feeling that everyone took pride in what they did, which means that you get a simple, straightforward rock and roll song. But in this simple and straightforward rock and roll song, everyone really feels like they're bringing something, and therefore you have a song that sounds like a band. It sounds like a band of 4 people who really like playing music, and that is enough for me to press subscribe. Oh, I did already. There you go. I did that so quickly I didn't even know. Subscribed and I'm liked. So there you go. I will definitely be coming back to them. We're up to 510 subscribers. Look, any band who sounds even half as good as these guys should not have less subscribers than this channel. So remember to subscribe to them as well. And by the way, if you do like this kind of music, or if you like any Japanese music, we've got a Discord that's linked down below. It's been going for years, but we have a really nice little community of people who love like sharing new music. So you can find new music through there. You can share the music you love. It's a good open talking point. So people are into all different types of Japanese music there. But we have good conversations. You know, some of us like the same things, some of us like different things. It's great. So get in there, get into our Discord as well if you haven't already. If for any reason the link doesn't work, let me know. And hopefully we'll see you over there for a little bit more conversation or in the next video here. But until I do see you, for now, enjoy this music and ciao ciao.